Okay, good evening, everyone. It's now 6 o'clock and we have a very busy agenda tonight, so I want to get started. Welcome to the November 2024 CEC 20 meeting. I will now take attendance. Steve Stowe, President, here. John Ricatone, First Vice President. Hey. Elizabeth Chan, Second VP. Meifang Chen. Here. Wenming Chan. Wenming, are you on yet? Okay, we'll come back to Wenming. Yanqing Chen. Yanqing, are you on? Okay, we'll come back to Yanqing. Fabiola? No Fabiola yet. Sabrina McNamara,
Here.
District 75 representative. Maya Rosenblatt. Maya, you there yet? No. Tamara Stern.
Here.
Kevin Zhao. Kevin Zhao, are you there yet? Okay, not yet. Ryan Lee. Ryan Lee is our student member. Ryan Lee, are you there? Okay. And I see Yanqing just joined. Yanqing, you there?
Hi. Yes, I'm here. Hi.
So we will keep, so we currently have, I suspect the other members will be joining. We currently have 7 members in the meeting. And at the moment we have 5 in person. So at the moment we don't have in-person quorum. We will continue to await additional members joining the meeting.
Hi, Stephen. I just want to make sure that people know that I'm here.
Gotcha, Fabiola.
Thank
Hey.
you.
Yep. So I will, now, first of all, before we begin, we want to go over the interpretation instructions for tonight. Tonight, we will have interpretation in Arabic, Mandarin, and Spanish. You will see these interpreters in the participant list, and they will post their information in the chat. Our interpreters will now introduce themselves. For anyone who would like to participate in the meeting in Arabic, Mandarin, or Spanish. Could our Arabic interpreter please introduce yourself?
Good evening. This is Adil Asman. I'm gonna do the Arabic announcement. السلام عليكم. مساء الخير عليكم جميعا. مرحبا بكم في المجلس المجتمعي المدرسي للاتصال والمشاركة. الرجاء الاتصال برقم 347-966-64114 يتبعه الرمز يتبعه الرقم المدخل وهو 684-00602 يتبعه رمز الشباك أو الهاشتاج. الرقم مرة أخرى هو 347-966-41114 يتبعه رقم المدخل 684-00602 يتبعه رقم الشباك. شكرا لكم وليلة سعيدة. Arabic announcement, I just finished.
Great, thank you. Could our Mandarin interpreter please introduce yourself?
各位晚上好，今天晚上的活动呢是有国语翻译的。如果想要收听华语翻译的话，请拨打电话号码347-966-4114。今天晚上的密码是618-616-518，然后按井字。如果想要收听华语翻译，同时留在会议室上，以便在电脑上收看会议，请把你的电脑都调到静音，然后在你的电话上输入会议专线。专线号码是347-966-4114，密码是618-616-518，然后按井字。谢谢，谢谢。
Thank you. And could our Spanish interpreter please introduce yourself?
Hello, Spanish announcement. Buenas tardes. Para escuchar la interpretación en español, por favor marque desde una línea telefónica al 347-966-4114 y luego ingrese el ID de conferencia, que es el 833-563-028, seguido de la tecla de número. Una vez más, puede marcar para escuchar la interpretación en español al 347-966-4114 y luego marque el ID de conferencia, que es el 833-563-028, seguido de la tecla de número. Thank you. Spanish announcement done.
Thank you. Just a reminder to everyone speaking, please keep in mind that we have multiple interpretation occurring. To the best you can, try to speak more slowly than usual to allow the interpreters to keep up. Before we begin, I just want to thank and announce the school that we're at tonight. We're very happy to be hosted here at PS 69, the Vincent Grippo School, led by Principal Jane Marie Kapitanakis. Principal Kapitanakis will now make some opening comments.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to have the CEC here tonight, and I'm happy to be joined by my two assistant principals. I'm joined here by Mrs. Joanne Yenzer and Mrs. Lisa Fernandez. And we are happy to have you here because I don't know if you're aware, but today is World Kindness Day. And in a world where you could be anything, at PS 69, we want to remind you to be kind. Being kind and noticing the kindness of others is a very important thing in life. It helps make our life even better and makes our day so pleasant. And what we want to acknowledge right now are some people in this room. So we would like to present certificates of appreciation to our CEC 20 members. So we appreciate on World Kindness Day, in appreciation of your service to our community, by volunteering your time, you have made a positive impact to schools in District 20. So we'd like to present a certificate to Stephen Stowe, to John Riccatone, to Elizabeth Chen, to Meifeng Chen, to Sabrina McNamara, to Kevin Zhao, and to Fabiola Mendita Quapio. I believe she is online. Maya Rosenblatt, also online. Yangqing Chen, Tamara Stern, Wenming Chen. And we also want to thank Kevin Visnay. Kevin, thank you for all you do to make our CEC meetings happen. And from our District 20 team, we of course cannot have these wonderful events without ever seeing the presence of Mr. William Chin. Thank you, Bill Chin. And thank you too to Miss Sylvia Jasinski. And of course, we wish to thank in appreciation to our superintendent, Dr. David Preto. Thank you. Thank you all for all you do for our community, and remember to spread kindness throughout. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Kapitanakis. Very much appreciate the kind words and the gesture. It's a volunteer role we all play, and so it's very, very nice to have it acknowledged. Now we'll go over the agenda for tonight's meeting. And I just want to note that we do now have in attendance, we do now have quorum in person. Wenming Chen is here. Hey, Wenming. And so we do have in-person quorum. Yeah. So the agenda for tonight, we'll have a short initial public speaking session. Then we'll have the high schools in District 20 give their presentations. There are 6 of them. Then we'll have a presentation from District 75 representatives. We'll have a very short report from superintendent, an even shorter report from me. There are, so that resolution, so let me make, there's a resolution that we have to vote to add to the agenda, and it's going to be after the public speaking session. And then we also have two other votes already scheduled. One is a vote on the new CEC member. Two is a vote on recording secretary. Those will all be after the second public speaking session. So right now, I just want to, is there a motion to add resolution 2 to the meeting agenda? It will be after the second public speaking session.
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay, I will take a vote to approve. This is just to add the resolution to the agenda. Everyone understands that. So to add resolution 2, and this is urging the PEP to approve the contract for the specialized high school admission test. I'll take everyone's vote. Steve Stowe, how do you vote? I vote yes. John Riccatone,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Mei Fang, Wen Ming,
Yes.
Yan Qing,
Here. Can you
Hey,
hear
Yan
me?
Qing.
Yes.
Thank
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay.
Fabiola,
Yes.
thank you. Sabrina, Maya Rosenblatt, Maya, Tamara,
No.
Kevin Zhao. Thank you. Okay, so we'll add that to the agenda. The motion passes by a vote of 9 yes, 1 no. Okay, so otherwise, that's the meeting. And let's get moving because there is a lot here. So if there's anyone, do we have anyone signed up for the first public speaking session?
Online just one. Let me get the sheet.
Okay. And we will prioritize in-person folks for speaking, and I'll just take a moment, and I do want to acknowledge if there's anyone at the meeting from any elected offices. I'm just taking a quick look here. I see Tony Krupchin from Councilmember Justin Brannon's office here. Thank you, Tony, for joining, as you always do. And if there's any other representatives of elected officials, please just make a note of it in the participant list by your name so that we can be aware of it and members of the community can be aware of it.
Just one.
Okay, cool. Then she's online. Okay, so for our first, all we have signed up right now for the first public speaking session is Catherine Byrne. Oh, you are awesome. You can speak and the 3 minutes. Would you like to come to the?
If you want, you can use your laptop as well. Do you want to use your laptop if you're in the meeting?
I'm not in the meeting.
Okay, so yeah.
Right now, so thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Nice to be here. My name is Catherine. I am representative from District 38's Councilmember Alexa Vile's office. So great to be here tonight. And I just had a couple very quick announcements I would like to make. Just wanted to remind everybody, if you'd like to participate in our office hours, if you have any concerns that you would like our Councilmember Vile's to know about with sanitation issues or any questions about SNAP program or anything like that, we have office hours in Diker Heights tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m. I also just wanted to recommend that if you would like to stay in touch with us about any issues and would like to know what our office is up to, feel free to just subscribe to our newsletter. You can find that online. If you search our Councilmember District 38's Alexa Avila's office, you can find us online that way. And besides that, we just wish everybody a really great, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's get going with the high school presentation. Sort of a quick introduction. I'm very, very excited to have all of our high schools here tonight presenting. It's really a delight to have the principals and representatives here speaking. We're in the middle of high school admission season, as everyone knows, and I think it's sort of an excellent. It's excellent content for our meeting to have parents be aware of all the different options, the great options that are available located here in District 20. So we've got the 6 lined up. I believe and we're going in alphabetical order. First one is Fort Hamilton High School, led by Principal Kay Houlihan. Principal Houlihan, can you hear me? And are you able to talk now? I know you're at a volleyball game.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. Actually, the game is still going on right just down the hall, so we're doing well. I'm going to share my screen. I think I should be able to do that. There we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I will try to be as quick as I can. I think I said in my note I could talk about Fort Hamilton 24/7. But I want to thank you for having us. And I believe we're trying every day to ensure that every student is engaged with opportunity and access to equity and excellence in education. So I'm just going to share a couple of pictures of students, talk a little bit about our staff. I won't read your mission statement, communication, and just a little bit about our special program. So just to get to some fun stuff, these are students at our homecoming dance. These are leadership students who always support and help prepare. We had a huge turnout at our club fair. We have 101 fair or clubs right now, and it's all student driven. So that was an opportunity for students to check out what was available. We had it was a beautiful day for our Hispanic Heritage celebration to kind of close out Hispanic Heritage Month. We had a huge turnout for our college fair with lots of both senior and juniors coming to check it out. And we had performances from our jazz band, which was nice. We are always kind of trying to pick out something to highlight for varsity football games. A couple weeks ago, we did a pink day to fight breast cancer, which was really well attended. And of course, everybody was wearing pink. We had our Chicano club do a Dia de los Muertos event where they were painting masks. And you can see again how many participants there are, both enjoying the painting and the food. And I think something that we really try to encourage and celebrate, certainly in the classroom, relationships with staff, as well as, teachers, counselors, etc. But there are several groups that meet regularly with myself and other staff so that student voice is really highlighted, especially in a large school with over 4,000 students. We want to make sure we're hearing from representatives across the building. So I have a student advisory board that I meet with regularly. We have, of course, the Student Consultative Council, which is our elected representatives. We have a campus congress. That's a group of students who focus on climate and culture. And they were a big part of a change in our ability for students to have their headphones in during passing time. I also meet with their representatives from each of our social studies classes. So I meet with them multiple times each year, each cohort, and learn more about the specific needs. We have an equity and social justice team made up of staff and students, and a restorative action team, again, made up of staff and students. As I mentioned, we have over 4,000 students. This is just kind of a snapshot of the numbers of our students who have an IEP. With the pandemic, we had a huge decline with no new students really coming in who were English language learners. But over the last 2 years, that has really shot back up. As you can see, we have 969 English language learners, including the 208 who are commanding. They still require additional services, but they are not in the mandated course with multiple periods and support in their core content as well. Our largest ethnic population is our Hispanic students, followed by our Asian students and our white students. And I just want to highlight, we have a very large Arabic speaking population that lands in that white group, just to highlight, Arabic and Chinese and Hispanic are major languages in the building, and we have a bilingual program for Spanish and Mandarin. And then I just want to highlight too that we've had a lot of new students coming in over the counter who've been admitted since September. As of today, there are 259. This is a really large number, and I'm sure my colleagues in other schools will say the same. But we typically get over the counter, like this is all before the pandemic, about 150 students over the course of September through June. Students coming from other states, maybe other schools, in many cases other countries. But this 259 just through like yesterday is a little bit of a scary number, especially since most of these students are English language learners. I think we do a great job with English language learners, but of course they require, certified teachers, multiple periods. And so we've already made adjustments, but we are, kind of stretched to make sure we are meeting their needs. And certainly one of our goals in trying to reach the mandated class size reduction was to start this year with lower class sizes in our E&L classes. And that has just been blown out of the water since 165 of these 259 happen to be English language learners. So again, all the best efforts, but we don't control who's coming in over the counter or how many. So just want to share that 259 over the counter is notable for your kind of purposes. A quick snapshot of our staff. We have 388 Fort Hamilton staff members, 250 teachers, a lot of counselors. Again, this is probably very similar to my colleagues. And what unfortunately is probably also similar is that our school safety agents have been very short changed this year. On any given day, we maybe have 3. They are completely understaffed. There have been days where we haven't even had somebody to cover the front desk because they've needed to do something on the field, if a student was injured. So again, this is one of our concerns, but we have basically supplemented by adding more deans. We have circulating deans who teach 4 classes, and then they are circulating 2 periods a day. And we also are trying to increase our school aides, so there's more of a presence in the hallways during passing. This is just a quick look at our 13 assistant principals, a very, kind of team-oriented group with expertise in all of their respective areas. Our mission statement that I'll just highlight, that we are really trying to, enhance the kind of awareness that we have a diverse population, that everybody has access to everything we have, even if you're coming to us through our kind of small screened programs, you have access to everything. And I think that inclusiveness of our community and all the different things that we offer really allows students to experience a variety of different things. Try one thing this year, try something else next year. But there are also students who are committed to different efforts throughout their 4 years. We try to communicate on a regular basis. We use text via Gamma, the Department of Education system. We also have an online gradebook that is where assignments, staff take attendance, communication with staff, backpack letters are sent via Jupiter. We have our website that is fthhs.org, weekly newsletter from our parent coordinator, and just as things come up, we're trying to keep the whole community informed. I think our goal is trying to make sure that we provide academic rigor. We want students to be prepared for the challenges they will face both in a future classroom as well as the workplace, with different opportunities to stretch themselves both intellectually and socially. We spend a lot of effort around social emotional learning. We've added counselors, so the caseloads are a little bit smaller. We also have 5 social workers. Some of them are dedicated to mandated counseling, but we also have 2 who are dedicated to at-risk. And as I already mentioned, we have a lot of co-curricular and extracurricular opportunities, as well as a big investment in our post-secondary planning. And a lot of that takes place in the classroom with our college and career advisors pushing in to support students through the exploration process, the application process, because we want to make sure students are prepared. So our big push this week is to make sure as many students as possible have applied to CUNY. That is literally the one assignment everybody must do, just for the experience, if not the interest in a CUNY school, just for that reason. We want them to have an option. And in terms of the deadline on the 15th, that is the kind of waiver for the application fee. So we want students to also take advantage of the free application for CUNY. We have 5 screened programs, 4 in the performing arts. We have a dance academy, a dramatic arts academy, instrumental and vocal. And these pictures are just some snapshots from those various programs. Our Honor Academy is our academic screened program. And again, all these screened programs have a very small number of seats, but all of these programs allow us to offer, the special dance and drama and instrumental and the rigorous academics to all of our students, because it's not only Honor Academy students who are in our AP and our honors courses. These are just a few of the special opportunities in terms of virtual enterprise, law program, JRTC, leadership. We have 18 advanced placement classes, 31 PSAL teams, National Honor Society, 101 clubs, lifeguard training. We're really partnering with YMCA and Parks to have them come in and kind of test our students, and then they come here and we are part of their training program, so they have the ability to be lifeguards, really for many of them, their whole life. And just a logistical thing, we as a large school, we can't fit everybody in at one time. We are 185% over capacity, so we have students coming in at 3 different times. You can see period 1 through 8, that is the first session, 2 to 9. Periods 2 to 9 is the second session, and 3 through 10 is our third session. This allows us to balance the building, but I'll just highlight again, and I know I probably exceeded my time. We are working hard to have a good faith effort to honor the class size mandate. We have started the year with 28 in our 9th grade core classes. That means English, social studies, math, and science. We haven't always been able to do that in the ICT setting, where instead of 22 and 12, it would be 15 and 10. But we are calculating a lot of different scenarios. I think I'll just leave it with, we are challenged by the, kind of high number of over-the-counter students, a lot of inter-high school transfers as well. So we are going to do our best to provide as many classes meeting the mandate. We have a lot of push-in teachers right now, but that doesn't address the mandate, even though the ratio of student to teacher is lower. But I'm going to leave it at that. And if there are questions at the end, I am available for questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Principal Houlihan. Very comprehensive presentation. If there's any, why don't we, we're doing okay on time, and I just want to give our principals a chance. If there's like one question from a CEC member for Principal Houlihan, and then we can let her get on with her evening, and we'll sort of take the same approach with all the principals. Does anyone have a question about Fort Hamilton for Principal Houlihan? I thought some of the comments you made, especially about just the number of students you have to deal with and the class size law, very, very interesting and very insightful. I know it's a challenge. So anyway, I know you're doing your best, but thanks for being here. Thanks again, and good luck to the volleyball team. Have a good night. So next up, we have, next up we have Franklin D. Roosevelt High School, led by Principal Melanie Katz, and she is joined by Assistant Principal Arnold Gottlieb. Principal Katz, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I just unmuted. Thank you for inviting us. I really appreciate it. I also want to wish Kay good luck on the game, unless of course it's against FDR. And then I wish it's a good game of sportsmanship. But I'd really like to thank you for inviting us here and let us talk a little bit about FDR and learn about some of the opportunities. I could tell you the most important thing, if anyone is here looking for a high school for their student, your student will find the right high school. Breathe. It will happen. I have 2 girls that went through the New York City high schools myself, and it does work out. So we'll start there. Everyone will wind up having the experience that they need, that they deserve, and they will enjoy. FDR is not quite as big as Fort Hamilton. We're about 3,500 students. We do experience some of the same issues with class size, and we're working on it as are everyone else. But we're very, very fortunate because our building is a bit of a newer building. We've got very wide hallways, and it's hard to believe that as we walk around, there's about 4,000 people in our building every day. Our 4 pillars are diversity, equity, empowerment, and persistence. And when we make decisions, when we try new things, that's what it's grounded in. And if you ask the kids, they will also share the same information in their classes because that's woven through whatever we do. As I mentioned, we're about 4,000 people in the building every day. I'm not going to go through as many details other than the fact that we are also an aircraft carrier. And coming into FDR and seeing our building and seeing the size and just seeing who we are is a different experience than some of you who are looking for smaller schools, or some of you aren't sure what you're looking for if you're looking at schools. We are powered by our population. We are about 1,200 current multilingual learners. We are about another 1,200 former multilingual learners, and then 1,200 who probably speak other languages in their home, but they were never identified as a multilingual learner. About 640 students with IEPs, about 230 teachers, 12 assistant principals, 15, 16 school counselors. It's a big community that works together in the service of our students. I'm going to ask you to allow me to turn this over to Arnold Gottlieb. He is our assistant principal personnel. Moreover than that, he is also an alum of FDR. And when you walk through our hallways, you will always meet plenty of alum. So Arnold, if you'd like to share a little bit more.
Thank you. Also, not only an alum of FDR, but an alum of District 20 Elementary and Middle School. So thank you very much for having me here. FDR has been my home for a very long time, and I'm hoping that it will be a home to many more students who are interested, parents. It's a great school. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a quick video, and then we'll spend a little bit of time talking about some of our programs.
Hello, I'm Melanie Katz, principal of FDR High School. Welcome. Why don't you join us and learn more about what your next 4 years may look like at FDR?
Hello, my name is Katrina Williams, and I am the Assistant Principal of Science here at FDR High School. Here at FDR High School, we are offering 2 educational options. The first one is the Medical and Health Science Academy. The Medical Health Science Academy is a 4-year program. You will find the foundations of healthcare, anatomy and physiology, and medical diagnostics. We have state-of-the-art medical equipment for students to use. We also do many dissections and observations of various specimens. There are trips to the DNA lab, various college partnerships, and many more. Our second program, the Environmental and Science Research Academy, explores hydroponics and urban farming solutions. There are also points in the program where we address composting and waste management in New York City. This particular educational option ends with AP Environmental Science and AP Biology. We are looking forward to seeing you in our hallways soon.
Hello, my name is Salvatore Catalano. I am the Assistant Principal of Mathematics, Robotics, Programming, Computer Science, Visual Arts, and also Testing. So our computer science program is actually a 4-year program. So while you get to play with robots, while you're learning programming, we're also getting you ready for college. We also have a multimedia design and a visual arts and fine arts program. So all of our content, our curriculum is student created and student adapted.
Hi, my name is Christine Wallace, and I am the Assistant Principal for Social Studies here at Franklin D. Roosevelt High School in Brooklyn, New York. Global Citizens is a sequence of classes that students will take, featuring a great program called HEAT. The advancements and operations in the following fields are further explored: healthcare, energy, education, environment, agriculture, and technology. Students will collaborate with private and public sector industry leaders and gain authentic learning experiences. This is a place where students can grow, learn, collaborate, think critically, and thrive during their time by doing projects and working with each other. Throughout their 4 years, students will be prepared for the world that awaits them after high school. We're looking forward to seeing you. We can't wait to have you here at FDR.
Hello, and welcome to Franklin Delano Roosevelt High School. My name is Monty Brown III. I'm the assistant principal for English as a New Language and World Languages. I believe in being a champion for our students and opening up language possibilities to go on to college, to get jobs, and to really enhance their quality of life.
Hi, I'm Mr. Pasca, the assistant principal of the Performing Arts here at FDR High School. Our EdOpt program offers 2 different tracks. You can either study performance theater or technical theater. We offer a wide variety of different classes where you can study the art of acting, you can study voice and diction techniques, you can also study how to do exactly what's going on here when we're doing filmmaking, as we use the technical side to film the theater works that go on here at FDR. All of these things here at FDR throughout your entire 4-year career.
Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Stanko, Assistant Principal / Athletic Director here at FDR High School. We host 26 different teams here. In physical education, we have a great facility. We have a main gym with bleachers, scoreboards, everything you can imagine. Upstairs, we have 2 smaller gyms. We have a weight room packed and filled with weights. We have an aerobics room, treadmills, ellipticals, spin bikes, yoga studio, dance studio. It's just a great place to practice wellness and have some fun. So we welcome you. Come to FDR, enjoy what we have. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you for visiting and spending time with us. We look forward to your joining us and becoming part of the FDR family.
And that is FDR High School. My colleagues at FDR, the assistant principals that work alongside me, they definitely do a much better job explaining all the programs that we have at FDR than I possibly could. So you heard some of the programs that we offer. There are a number of STEAM options that students can apply into. Before you move, let me just share my screen one more time. All right. Before we go into programs, I just want to go over some timing with everybody. All of our 9th graders, we are in a multi-session school, and our 9th graders start a little bit later than the rest of our students. They start later, they end later. So they start at 9:27 in the morning, and they end their day at 4:17 in the afternoon. Our 10th, 11th, and 12th graders begin their day at 7:45 and end their day at 2:35. All 9th graders will have English, social studies, math, science, world language, and our options at FDR are Spanish or Mandarin. They'll take their educational option course, whichever program they're accepted into. Every student takes physical education every single day, and they'll have lunch. What order it happens, it varies by the student and based on when the class is offered and what the student needs. Okay. So one of the programs that you heard is our science, health science program. This is a program that's funded right now through our Future Ready NYC program, which is a mayoral initiative. We're really excited to be a part of this. And so our students, as you saw from the video, have the ability to work in and work alongside other professionals we're working alongside people at Maimonides Medical Center. They're also learning foundations of healthcare. They're taking courses like anatomy and physiology. And in their 4th year, they're taking medical diagnostics. We're currently working to have our students get the medical assistant certification. So we're excited about moving forward with that along with the Future Ready program. Our second science program is the Environmental Science and Research program. This program focuses on the human impact the environment has and what we are doing and how we can adapt to climate change. Students will take in year one science research, followed by oceanography and marine biology. And then in year 3 and 4, they have the option of taking AP Environmental Science and AP Biology. AP is Advanced Placement. These are college level courses. At the end of the course, students can sit for an exam, and based on how they do on the exam, they will receive college credits. Our other Future Ready program is our Robotics and Computer Science program. There's a focus in data science. Students in this program spend time learning about electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and computer science. And they spend a lot of time building robots, from the simplest to the most sophisticated. They'll spend their first year doing computer science. They'll move on to computer programming in their second year, learning the language of Python.
Arnold froze a little bit. The first year they start with programming and robotics, and then they move on to other courses. The goal for this, we've learned that we're not expecting students to find the same jobs as programmers they used to, and this is part of Future Ready partnership. And we're looking towards data science. Once you've looked at the data, once you've retrieved it, what decision are we going to make? I'll give it back to Arnold.
Okay.
And if I could just interject real quick, this is amazing stuff, guys. We're almost at 12 minutes, so
okay.
We have a little
then
flexibility. But yeah,
I'm going to wrap it up, and you can, to learn more about our program, come to our website, www.fdrhs.org. We can set you up with a tour. You can come see everything for yourself. I defer to, and I thank you for all of your time.
Thank you. And what was that? I think I saw a slide that said Touring Tuesdays. Is that a regular?
Yes.
thing?
So Touring Tuesdays, we run it every Tuesday throughout November and December. Parents can sign up on our website, or they can go into onto the Department of Education's website for the high school directory and sign up through there through our tours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you.
great, interesting stuff. Do any council members have a question? Anyone want to ask a question of FDR? You guys answered all of them. Thank you. Thank you so
All
much for
right.
being here. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah. Our next high school to present is the High School of Telecommunications, Arts and Technology. Principal Shanette Shepard. I'm sorry, Principal Shepard, if I did not pronounce your first name correctly, but can you
Great
hear me?
job. You did a great
Okay.
job.
Good
Hi,
to know.
everybody. My name is Janetta Shepard. Most people call me Janet. And fun fact, I am a graduate of FDR. So it was nice to see this presentation, Principal Katz and Assistant Principal Gottlieb. So a lot of fun. I'm going to share my screen. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me to the CEC of District 20. Okay, can you see our beautiful old school, the picture? Yeah, oh,
Yes.
wonderful. So we have, the school has been around for a long time. Used to be Bay Ridge High School for girls, and many graduates live in the Bay Ridge area and around Brooklyn. We became the High School of Telecommunication Arts and Technology in 1985. And I'm very proud to be principal of this high school. This is a picture of a field day that we have with our 9th graders. All of those kids in the front row there, they are our seniors, and they are senior mentors, and the kids behind them in the yellow are the incoming 9th grade class. So we have this beautiful senior mentor program that work with our 9th grade incoming students. Really proud of that. Just a little bit about me. I've been at the High School of Telecommunication Arts and Technology for 25 years. It's a long time. So I really love this school. I started out here as an English teacher and continued and was an assistant principal, APO, and then finally principal about 10 years ago. So super long time here, a lot of investment, and very proud of the school. A little bit about us. So we are an educational option school. I'm going to very quickly tell you a little bit about that. So our admissions is completely lottery, but the way that it works is that based on 7th grade exam scores, we take 33% high, middle, and low, and that's done centrally. Students are assigned here once they select us. Although we are geographically in District 20, we are actually part of the New Visions District high schools under Superintendent Noah Angelis, and we love this. We love this geographic district. We have lots of students that live in District 20 and also beyond. Our students really come from all over the city. And we have students coming in even from Manhattan, Staten Island, Brooklyn, and all around Brooklyn. We've actually even had kids from Queens. So it's a really nicely diverse population here, students coming from everywhere. The beautiful thing about the educational option admissions is that we really have a snapshot of the city's students, and it pushes our teachers to really serve all of these wonderful ranges of students and become stronger in the profession, really try new things. So we really like this program. Here are some of our course offerings. In the freshman year, our students start with global. We have a special class that I want to highlight. I'm not going to read through all of this for you, but you can kind of take a look. Lots of electives. But in our freshman and sophomore year, there are 2 courses that I just want to highlight for everybody that we're very proud of. One is our young adult health and literature class, which is really about foundational writing, but we teach health as well. So health is the content that we write about. And we use young adult fiction to kind of talk about those health topics. So it's a really interesting course. Kids are reading, they're thinking about wellness, and they're doing some great writing in that course. And then in our sophomore year, we have a research writing course. And this course is really built around supporting students' development in research writing, because we have a senior paper that we're very proud of called the Quality of Life paper, where they do an extensive look at a topic and write about a 10 to 15 page paper around that. And all of our seniors do that. Really proud of that work. And then just a quick snapshot of our advanced course offerings. We have a lot. We have something called the Big History Project, which was developed in the University of Pennsylvania. And we work with an organization called OER, who has lots of resources. We love that program. And you can see we offer a wide array of AP courses and College Now courses. Something I'd like to highlight again, many years ago when the city was piloting the software engineering program, we were one of the first 19 schools to adopt this program. So now here we are many years later, and last year we started a program for all 9th grade students. So every 9th grade student will take our computer science program. It's an intro program, so all students have exposure to these kinds of different web development and Python and programming, so that they get a taste of what computer science looks like. And then students in the 10th grade can apply to a longer, more detailed, extended program for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Once the students get into 10th grade, they're in their honors software engineering courses. And again, they end in the 12th grade with their AP CSA or AP CSP courses. Another really nice program that I want to highlight is just our greenhouse. We have a beautiful greenhouse and a wonderful teacher there who does a sustainability class. And so we have a nice farmers market for our families pretty regularly. Fun stuff there. We have a strong, this is our special education program. We call it as instructional support services here. And as you can see, we have ICT classes, SET special class, and our NEST program. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So NEST is for students, it's a specialized program for students with autism. We graduated, as it says here, our first class in 2018. We're really proud of this program. The students that are part of this program really have enriched our community, and the NEST program is a specialized program. So students that are selected into this program are typically coming from middle schools that also have NEST programs. Here's just a snapshot of our teams. We have many, there are a couple more out there, but we have an array of teams. Last year, our boys volleyball team won the championship, which we were really proud of. That was awesome. And then here's a snapshot of our clubs. So we have many, again, I'm going to leave that up there for a moment for you to look at. But our clubs really come from student interest. So if a student has an interest in anything that might not be up here, all we ask them to do is find a few other students, excuse me, that are also interested in that club and an advisor. We have a great team of teachers here. All of our clubs are staffed by our teachers. Often they'll also come with their own interests and ask to start clubs. So we have a great team of teachers here that want to be here offering students opportunities and options. Our theater club and our arts clubs are, I'm not going to play this video because it'll be a little long, but you can find all the stuff on our website. But every year we have an extraordinary play, super excited. Kids that never maybe acted or sang get involved, and suddenly we have wonderful actors, singers, and musicians. Special things about us, we have 3 dedicated college advisors that work with our students. Our cohort is about 320 students per cohort. And we have three, again, college advisors that work with them. We start early conversations about college. So all of our students starting in the 9th grade will take college trips, the whole cohort. And we do that every year. In the 10th, 11th, and then in 12th grade, they do a little more self-exploration geared toward schools that they really want to go to. But this is an opportunity that we like to offer as much support as possible, and these are the wonderful people that do that. Another really nice program and offering we have here is that we start SAT prep, free SAT prep starting in the 9th grade. So we'll offer SAT prep to our students. There are usually about 60 spots per grade level, and that's just a neat thing that we're also proud to be able to bring to the community. Another thing I want to highlight in our school, we have guidance counselors and we have grade advisors. Grade advisors are really teachers that have taken on teaching programs, and they support our students in academic programming. So they follow our students for 4 years and build their schedules, talk to them about academics, and really focus on that academic side. The guidance counselors we have also focus on a cohort, and they follow that cohort for 4 years, but they're really supporting that cohort's social emotional needs, and they do and run our restorative circles, and they will run our parent support as well. So a unique thing I think about our school, our guidance counselors really are doing the counseling, social emotional counseling, and we have another group of people doing that academic counseling. Our school's kind of dean's office is really run around restorative practices. We do a lot of restorative conversations. Our workshops in the afternoon when students make mistakes are built around this restorative practices model. We really believe that kids learn through discussion. And then just highlighting something I talked about earlier, we have this mentoring program where our seniors will mentor our younger students. With that, Here is our parent coordinators, Erica Valentin's email and telephone number. And clearly I made a mistake there, but it's 759-3427. And she is available for questions and happy to talk. And of course, our website has a lot of information.
Yeah, excellent presentation. Thank you. One thing that caught my eye, I'm curious for your take on, you were in your computer science program. I noticed the very popular two letters, AI. Do you have any sort of a quick overview of how you're teaching about AI in the school, or how kids are, how students are using it, are not using it? Just curious for your take on that.
Well, you know, we're all using it all the time. If you notice, when you do searches on Google, the first searches that show up right now are all AI. So really what we're doing currently is not ignoring that it exists. And so like everyone else, exploring new ways to use AI as a tool, but not as a replacement for reading, writing, and thinking. So we are similarly to everyone else in our exploration stage, but never ignoring. It's everywhere. You know, we use it all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And is it just a part, I'm just curious if there's any particular, is it part of each class? Like, do you guys have a particular model that you're using, like ChatGPT or anything? Or I'm just curious what schools are doing.
Right now, we're talking about it in terms of kind of the ethics of AI and talking about those conversations. It started in our 9th grade with kind of that more theoretical understanding of computer science, like really thinking about why, where does it come from? How can it be used? Are there issues? So that's really where we are with AI.
Okay, got it. That's interesting. Thank you. I think we'll keep moving along since we have a number of other schools, but thank you so much, Principal Shepard, for being here. It was a pleasure to hear about telecommunications.
Thank you.
So our next high school is actually a new high school located within the district. This is Mesa 2 Charter High School. And the co-founder and co-executive director, Art Samuels, is here and in person. Is that the best place for him, Kevin?
Yeah. Is this a good place? No, right here. I'll have your presentation so you can speak to it. Yeah, you can sit right here.
I'm just going to put a little stopwatch here so I can. Is that okay with you? Is it showing on here? Yeah. It's showing on there? Great. Good evening. Thank you so much for having us and for hosting us. My name is Arthur Samuels. I'm the co-founder and co-executive director of Mesa Charter High School 2, which is a new charter high school coming to District 20, opening in August. I am joined here by Anna Spoden, our founding principal, and also by Adele Doyle, who is a board member of Mesa and a CEC emeritus president. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, I want to make sure I get that right. Got to get your board members' titles right. It's very, very important. We want to share just a little bit about our school and our program and why we are excited to be here and how we think we might add to the options within the district. So this is us, like we said. A little bit about our history. Mesa is the replication or the growth of an initial charter high school that opened in Bushwick in District 32 in 2013. So we opened there. We've been there for 12 years. We are a standalone high school, which means there's no feeder middle school. We're not part of any large charter networks. So there are other charter networks that folks may know, have seen about. The most common, the most well-known ones are probably Success, Achievement First, Uncommon, KIPP, places like that. We are both charter schools, but that's really where the overlap ends. So we're not involved with them. These are all independent organizations and independent charters. In 2017, we graduated our first class. When we opened in Bushwick, the graduation rate in that district was 56%. And we opened our school because we felt that there needed to be another high school option for students in that district. Over 8 graduating classes and now 12 years of instruction, Mesa has graduated on aggregate 94% of its students on time. Like other charters, we are not screened in any way. Students apply via lottery. They get in. There is a preference given to kids who live in the district. That's the case for the Bushwick School, and that will also be the case for the District 20 school. In 2023, the second school was approved, and it will open in the fall of 2025. So like I said, a little bit about us, 94% aggregation graduation rate. For us, a really important thing is that we want kids to graduate with college credit. There's a lot of research that shows that if students enter college with some credits in the bank, they're more likely to persist through college. So between College Now, APs, the CLEP exams, and a partnership that we have with St. Francis College in our building with Kingsborough Community College, 70% of our students graduate with at least 3 college credits in the bank. Do you want to talk a little bit more about some of our other programs we do?
Yeah, totally. And again, hi, Anna Spoden. I will be the principal of Mesa 2 opening next fall. I'm really, really, really excited to have this opportunity and got to build out a school, founding it in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. So this will be my second time being a part of founding a school, and I'm really excited to do it in District 20. And to build on that, we really do focus on getting students opportunities that are outside of just the regular high school curriculum from the jump. So we have 10th graders that are going off. I talked to a student on my way out today who was going to Pratt for some college credits that she's getting in sophomore year. But it's something that we really try to provide for students from the jump. And it's something that we focus on starting in 9th grade. We have an advisory program very similar to ones I've heard from other schools where students have an advisor 9th all the way to 12th grade. And that's where they really build thinking about, what do I want to do with my career? What do I want my resume to look like? We actually had students last week. All of our 9th graders started building their resumes just last week in November. So it's something that we really, really focus on and have kids, thinking about like that North Star of, why do I even care about graduating from high school? Why do I even care about going to college after that? Just so that's part of their lexicon and part of the way that they're thinking, so that coming to school every day feels purposeful and not like just something you have to do.
And just to add a little bit to that, so over 60% of our students graduate having done a meaningful either internship or traveled abroad or spent a summer on a college campus. Meaningful meaning like in a professional corporate setting that's paid. So no knock on SYEP. SYEP is a great opportunity for a lot of kids, but you're not learning career development skills in the same way that you are if you're interning at, say, Morgan Stanley. We also really prioritize, we're a small school, and that's one of the things that you'll hear that we think is really valuable within this district. So we are 500 students in grades 9 through 12, 125 kids per grade. It'll be the same in this district. We have 3 college and career counselors for 125 students. So you're talking a ratio of about 42, 43 students per counselor, which means that the counselors can really get to know the kids and the families and counsel them in the direction that's best for them.
Yeah, and just to dig a little deeper into what we currently offer at Mesa 1, again, only school we have right now is Mesa 1. Mesa 2 will be our second, as you might guess. But we have an advisory program, as I said. Most of our classes are co-taught 9 to 12, meaning that students in math, science, English, and history in their core classes are going to have 2 teachers in the room, regardless of whether or not they have an IEP. Something we really pride ourselves on is giving kids that opportunity of having attention from 2 teachers. We offer 12 different AP courses currently at Mesa 1. We really want to make sure that those are tailored to what students are interested in. So previous schools that I've worked in, we maybe didn't have AP Spanish because students weren't as interested in that. But at Mesa 1, students are really interested in having that course, so we made sure that happened. Similar to AP Art, right? We have a really big group of kids who wanted to have AP Art, so we made sure to offer that as an AP course. But then the other thing is for students that maybe struggle and aren't ready for those AP classes, we have a lot of remedial supports for them. And that can range from students who have really intentional and needed writing needs to students who have really high language needs. So we really try to make sure to prepare our course offerings in a way that fits the needs of our students. And I feel like we can do that in the best way because our school is smaller. We're able to get that feedback from kids throughout the year and families.
So to talk a little bit about why we thought District 20 would be a good place for us to be. One is just a need for additional high school seats. We spoke with a lot of parents, we spoke with elected officials, we spoke with community leaders, we spoke with CEC members, and one thing we heard again and again was large schools and schools that didn't have enough space for their students. And so this was an opportunity to create more high quality high school seats within the district so that parents could send their kids to a good school and not have to send them out, right? Another thing we heard was a desire for a small option. So a lot of great schools here in the district, but big schools, right? And if you're a student who maybe is a little quieter, maybe is a little shyer, maybe might get lost in the halls of a school that has thousands of students, a place where it's much smaller and more intimate might be good for you, right? And what that means most importantly for us is parent choice. There's not a right or a wrong option for any student, right? The best option for any student is what that child and their parent thinks is the right choice for them. But it's important that parents have all different options, right? That you'd be able to select from a diverse menu of schools. I have two daughters. They are very different people. They're going to need different things when they go to high school. I want to be able to choose different things for them. And what's right for my older one might not be right for my younger one, and vice versa, right? So it was important to us to provide an option for kids, and it felt like this was a place that maybe could do that.
And just to build on that, that's really what our vision is for Mesa 2, is building off of what the community needs. So we're really wanting to listen to our families, our stakeholders, and our students to build out the course offerings, the way the school even looks. We wanted to make sure it reflects the way that what our students need, meaning, you know, inviting students in to come paint a wall to have it really reflect their community and their culture. We really, really value that. And the other thing that we're really excited about starting, I'm really honored to get to be a part of, is just having a very student-centered school that really encourages student leadership from the jump. They're going to be a part of founding a school. Like, not only will I be the founding principal, but they'll be the founding students. We'll be able to really, really create what the culture feels like from week one. I'm planning on that being the empowering message that we give to them throughout their first year, their second year. They're going to be the seniors the all year, right? So really thinking about like how we're setting the stage for the best feeling and the best inviting school that we can create as a team. That's what I'm really, really excited to do in conjunction with families. And I know that at Mesa 1, I've been able to witness that a lot over the past few months working there. There's so many students and now our teachers there at Mesa 1, our deans at Mesa 1, who are part of the founding students of the founding of Mesa 1. So I'm excited to continue that legacy.
So the way that you apply to Mesa and to any charter school is a little different than the traditional public school system, just so everybody knows. Our application process is completely different. So you apply online, you can use this QR code. The application probably takes 45 seconds to complete. We don't look at test scores, we don't look at attendance, we don't look at grades. It is completely lottery based. With preference given to kids who live in the district. So all the application asks for is basically demographic data, you know, your name, your address, your telephone number, right? We verify address to make sure that you live in the district, but that's pretty much it. The deadline to submit the application is April 1st, 2025. There will be a lottery shortly thereafter that. And yeah, you can go to this, you know, QR code or this website or mesacharter.org, and you'll see right there in big letters how to apply. I see people scanning the QR code, so I want to make sure we leave it up for a second. But I think, yeah. Oh, yes.
I have a question. What's the location?
Great question. I think that might be the next slide. So let me see. Nope, it's not. I didn't put it in. I'll put that back. The school is actually located very close to here. It is 1222 63rd Street. I should have put that in the presentation. Sorry about that. It's on 63rd between 12th and 13th Avenue. It is not the Angel Guardian facility. It's like around the corner from the Angel Guardian facility. And I think those are our questions. Those are our presentation. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Is there, I mean, that was a good question, John. Is there one other question for the Mesa team from any CEC members?
We can also stick around and answer.
Do you guys have just a quick one from, do you guys have plans? Oh, go ahead.
What is your specialty going to be for students coming in, or is it just?
I mean, MESA stands for Math, Engineering, and Science Academy, but it is very much a community-based school. So it'll sort of be built up. One of the nice things about building a school is you can really have it be in response to what students and families are looking for and interested in. Like Anna said, our course offerings at Mesa 1 have evolved over the years based on student and parent demands.
And which colleges will take those credits? Like only CUNY, SUNY, private schools? Like, how do you know?
It depends. It depends on which the credits are. And so like the AP courses, each college has its own articulation agreement.
If I could ask you,
Yeah.
Even with AP credits, you may find that certain schools won't take those AP credits based on the actual degree that a student is going for. For instance, engineering might not take a certain engineering AP or math. They want their students to come in and take the math at their school. So there's not always a guarantee. And what we would encourage students to do is, if we're looking at particular schools, they can identify what type of credits those schools were looking to take and what they're not willing to take. But there is a reluctance of schools to take credits that are going towards majors where they find that they need to control the rigor of their program.
This was a long time ago, but when I went to college, I remember that my AP classes would be considered, like you could place out of entry-level requirements, but it wasn't considered a credit. It just allowed you to start a little farther along.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. For our next high school, we have New Utrecht High School, represented by Principal Svetlana Litvin. Principal Litvin, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Good evening, everybody. I want to be able to share the screen, but I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to be here. I know we just heard from 4 great schools, and my goal today is to share what New Utrecht has to offer to our community. And I know you heard a lot of similar things, but my goal is, and I will share a PowerPoint where I'm going to talk about different programs, because it's important for parents to know what each school has to offer and opportunities. And our school, New Utrecht High School, been a long time. We celebrate our 110th anniversary. So we've been in the community for a long time. And if I get an opportunity, I'm going to try to share a screen. If I can't, you guys, I don't have my PowerPoint, but let me see if I can do this myself.
Did you need us to share that? Or, okay.
I'm going to try to do myself first. I don't know.
Great.
Can you see it? I don't know what you guys can see.
We can, yes.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can run it as a show. Okay, so I'm going to give me 1 second. I'm a little nervous, but I'm here. So again, New Utrecht High School, like I said, we've been around since 1915. It's a community school, always been around, and we are very proud of the opportunities we provide to our community. Our slogan is every student matters, every moment counts. We only have 4 years with our students, and want to make sure we give them the best opportunity to grow and experience different things. Why would you choose New Utrecht? Again, for the excellence. We have different opportunities as being a large comprehensive high school, and we consider ourselves a family away from home. At this moment, we have over 3,200 students. We have more than 200 teachers. We have different academies, which I'm going to talk about each one. We have more than 20 elective classes. We offer almost every PSAL sport teams. And I'm just proud to say that we just reopened our pool. So we're going to start doing the lifeguard courses for our community, and the students are able to learn to swim. We also offer a lot of clubs and activities like other large comprehensive high schools. And we offer every possible AP course that's offered, as well as we have partnership with Hinsborough for our College Now courses. One thing I want to talk about is our mission statement, because everything we do, we're trying to express ourselves in the mission, and I'll just read the mission statement and go further with that. So at New Utrecht High Schools, we're dedicated to provide a rigorous, innovative education that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and resilience. Through personalized supports, diverse opportunities, and the commitment to excellence, we prepare our students to excel in a dynamic world and contribute meaningfully to our society. Our mission is to empower students to build rewarding careers, achieve long-term economic security, and become a positive force for the change in their community. So I strongly believe that if we can accomplish this, if we provide them different opportunities inside and outside of the classrooms. And that comes with the programs that we offer at our school. We start off as being large comprehensive high school, and many of us, we offer a lot of elective courses. So it's not just academics, but students have opportunities to grow and experience and try something new that may not be available to them in other schools. You can see it on the screen, different things that we offer. Again, I just want to be mindful. This is some of the other courses that may not be offered at other schools. We do fashion design, we do put up shows, we have photography, we have jewelry, percussion, computer programming, we have piano classes, we have 3D printing, guitar, and kids can experience all this and explore, so they know when they graduate from high school, they know what careers they want to pursue. So we're very big in sports. Like I said, we offer almost every possible sport teams we have. And this is our beautiful field. Just wanted to share the pictures because sometimes you can't fly that high. And again, it's impossible to enter the facility. So what you see right now is some of the facilities in our school. So this is our gyms. We have other things that we offer. We have a weight room, which is utilized every period. Students can work out there. We have a spin room. Like I said, we already have a pool. We have fashion design and tutoring center. We have a spin class. We have 3D printing, like I said, the whole program, our new auditorium. And we are very big on partners. We partner with many organizations, including Maimonides, St. Francis College, our business program. Actually, we take dual enrollment. So kids graduate with the college credits for St. Francis. We're big on college now through Kingsborough. We have a CPC and Follow Us in Success. And our goal is to provide opportunities for students to either through internships or credits for college. Again, like other large high schools, we're multi-session schools, so we want to be upfront with the parents. We are in 3 sessions. Our young 9th graders always start in the latest session, which is period 3 at 9:12 and end at 4:02. We have a special schedule on Wednesday to allow time for teachers to engage in professional development. So that's what our schedule. So parents need to be aware if they would like to join New Trick High School, our students will be on 3 different sessions. Again, we try to fit everybody in the building. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about different programs that we have. Some of them you apply through the process. The other ones we'll do internally. So I'll get to those. So one of the big ones, we have arts and design. Our students apply to very prestigious art schools. We put up shows. We have every possible opportunity for students to explore their art, and kids love it. And we're very proud of it. Our next program that students can apply for hospitality and tourism. We talk about the principle of hospitality, geography for tourism, hotel management. We have internship programs, and students explore different ways to apply themselves in the changing world we live in. We have another program, which is legal studies. We do introduction to law, criminology, criminal justice. We have a moot trial and moot court. We have a big internship programs with different law firms. So allow students opportunity to explore this and see if this is something they will be interested in pursue further. One of our next program is business and technology. This is actually our CTE approved program. So students will graduate with the CTE endorsement. We have our own business, Mark of Excellence, student-run business. We produce different things, trophies. We have companies asking us to produce for them. This is students get to explore this. They start with the principle of management, but at the end, in the senior year, they actually run the business. So, but this is CTE approved program, so students graduate. And through this program, this is where we match with the St. Francis, where the students have enrolled in dual classes and allowed to get themselves college level credits. The next program, which is very popular for us, it's a medical program. Again, this is another one, CTE approved program. And you can see by the ladder what courses we take. 9th grade, we start with the health careers and health and body systems, moving on to the 10th. And in the 12th grade, all our students have internship at Maimonides. So they have an opportunity to actually explore that in the real world. Our other program, which is very popular, is the honors program. In the honors program, I want to make it very clear. When students got into our school, it's not only the students in the honors program that get to take honors classes. Every student, based on their ability, is able to enroll in honors classes. The difference between the honors program, they get a different electives. So in their electives in the first year, they take something like public speaking, they take an AP the programming class. In the second year, they take AP art history, and then they have opportunity to take all these other AP classes that we offer. As I said, we offer every AP class course available in anywhere. So a lot of our students graduate with a lot of credits. So now I want to talk about 3 programs that we have internally. So our goal is to create a small community within the large high school. So when students got into our high school and get into the zone program, we try to offer them different opportunities to enroll in our small internal programs. One of them is the HEAT program, and I know FDR spoke a little bit about this. So this is an interdisciplinary program. We call it our Honor STEM program. You have interest in healthcare, energy, environment, education, agricultural technology. It's a project-based learning. Starting from the freshman year, they're already engaged in working with other schools. And in the junior year, every student has an opportunity to do internship as one of those organizations that were listed there. And it's a great opportunity for our kids to explore this as careers before they decide if they want to major in STEM. So we call this internal honor STEM program for us. Another one internal program we have is the computer science program. So again, you can apply to NUTRIC with these programs, but these are our internal programs. And we enroll kids in after they got into NUTRIC through the zone. During freshman year, they take Python programming. In sophomore year, they start taking AP computer science principles. They do robotics or C++ programming, and then they take AP computer science. So if kids are interested in computer science, that's a very strong program, one of ours. We have one unique program. I don't think anybody else in the city has this. We have Asian Studies program. We have a very large Asian population. I think it's more than, I would say 40% of our school is Asian. Another 36% is probably Hispanics, and then everybody else kind of. But in this particular program, we're focusing on, as you can see, kids taking the Mandarin or Arabic. They take global and geography first year with the emphasis on Asian civilization. In 11th grade, in the 10th grade, they also take anime and Asian music. So it gives you opportunity to explore. I'm so sorry for the noise in the background. Opportunity to explore their kind of like what is Asian culture has to offer to us. So this is our internal programs and students interested. And we're doing a lot of, this year, we're actually going to go to Korea, South Korea. We've been to Japan as well as China. We're trying to explore kids to the opportunities to travel around the world. And then this is unique. It just started this year. We just opened a culinary art program, our, again, internal program. We got our own kitchen right now. We have certified teacher, and we're very proud. And this is our first incoming class this year. We enrolled them into this program, and we're going to grow this and hoping to get more kids engaged in learning how to cook. And actually, our own students is going to cook our Thanksgiving dinner, the desserts for us, which we're celebrating on November 19. And again, I'm just very proud of what we have to offer. And I think that's the advantage of a large high schools where students can find themselves no matter what they're interested in. And again, we have a school leadership team, we have parent coordinator, parents association. And I want to finish off with saying every student matters, every moment counts, and we need to be proud of what we're doing. So I want to thank everybody. I'm going to stop sharing. I know I talk fast, but I try to value everybody's time. If anybody has questions, I'm willing to answer. But again, I'm very proud of my school. And I hope, again, like we talked about other schools, if you feel this is for you, we welcome you to our family. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Principal Litvin. Does any CEC member have a question for New Utrecht?
Oh, sorry. The lifeguard program is open for everybody or just the students?
At this point, we're offering to our students. We're just starting this. And remember, the pool just opened a month ago. So as we get it further, we're probably going to extend it to the community also. But at this time, it's open to the students.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Principal Litvin. Very comprehensive, a lot of information there. And your school really has a diverse array of offerings. So we appreciate hearing about them.
Thank you.
And our final school tonight will be the Urban Assembly School for Leadership and Empowerment, which is led by Principal Sage Norman. Principal Norman, can you hear me?
Yep. All right.
Hello?
Yes. All right, I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'm on 2 different computers right now. All right, and just to introduce myself, I'm Principal Sage Norman. This is my 17th year working at the school. I don't know why the top is cut off like that, but this is my 17th year at UASLE. This is my 4th year as principal of the school. So I have spent my career at this school. We are a small all-girls school located within District 20. Similar to telecommunications, while we're physically in District 20, we are under a different superintendency. We are part of the CUNY Urban Assembly Network under Superintendent Fred Walsh. We were founded in 2007 as the Urban Assembly School for Criminal Justice, and the name was changed in 2021 to kind of reflect more our students and our values. This was a community vote to change the name. And so sometimes you will still see things that are under our previous name. We are non-zoned open admissions, meaning we're a non-screened school, and we are a 6 through 12 school. So we are middle and high school. And we're a small and supportive learning environment that values student voice and meaningful leadership with high expectations and a lot of built-in supports for our students. So, you know, we've been talking a lot about how different students might be drawn towards different things. And we definitely think that our small school environment has been really, really positive for a lot of our students, whereas other students might do better and gravitate more towards a larger school environment with kind of more programming options. So I'm not going to read you our mission statement, but I will share some information with folks at the end. Just some information at a glance. Like I said, we're a small school. We're 500 students total, which fluctuates, but right now we're about 175 middle school students, 325 high school students. And our average graduation rate over the past 10 years has been over 95%. So far higher than the city average. Our this past cohort was a 98% graduation rate, and we have consistently had 100% graduation rate of our students with IEPs, something we are very proud of. I myself am a former special education teacher, so our special education program here is something that is very important to me. We have a fully inclusive program for students with IEPs and multilingual learners. All of our students are programmed to be on track for an advanced Regents diploma, as well as the Seal of Civic Readiness, which is something new, but something we are very excited about and something very aligned with our values around civic engagement and activism and advocacy. We are a New York State Education Department recognition school for both high achievement and high progress, and also have been placed in the US News and World Report high rankings. And these are our core values, which again, I won't read what each of them means, but this was again based on some student advocacy. We changed our core values around the same time as we changed our name. And this was created through kind of a large outreach effort between students and staff and community. And so our 4 core values are inclusion, integrity, advocacy, and empathy. And so just sorry again that the slides are showing up weird on this way, but just some things to share. So we're always expanding our AP course offerings. Again, we are a very small school, so we are happy that we are able to offer so many APs. So we have English Lit, English Lang, Environmental Studies, AP Statistics, AP US History, AP Art and Design, Seminar. We have the Seminar and Research Capstone, AP Psychology, and AP Pre-Calc. We also value our partnerships and have many with organizations that include Urban Assembly, Generation Citizen, SEO, Minds Matter, the Opportunity Network, and many more. We do offer SAT prep and college preparatory courses throughout the high school years, and all 11th and 12th grade students are programmed for a college and career preparation course. So this is taught by a college and career teacher alongside our college guidance counselor, our college counselor. And yeah, I'm going to move on from there. As some other schools have highlighted as well, we utilize a restorative justice approach, not only for community building, but also as a disciplinary approach as response to harm in a preventative manner. And then when, as another principal said, when students do make these mistakes, this is a way to repair harm within the community. Every student is programmed for advisory that meets 1 to 2 times a week. We also have affinity spaces within our school. So we have GSA, Black Student Union, we have a Muslim Student Association, Aspira is our Latina and Hispanic group. We also have a South Asian sorority as well. And conflict resolution, peer mediation, and mentoring are a really big part of our community and our values. And some of the stuff we have already touched on, but we really value setting high academic standards for our students. Almost all of our students are first and second generation Americans and first or second generation students to attend college. So for most of our students, this is their first, they are the first to attend college in their family. And so we're really proud of our very high graduation rate and our high college acceptance and attendance rate. And we ensure that we program our students to be on a path to success starting as freshmen and actually starting all the way from 6th grade. And so we also really value college trips, exposing students to college early on. We start doing college trips even in the middle school. And like I said, we have a lot of these supports built into their academic day. And these are just some of the colleges that our alumni currently attend or graduate from. Sorry for the very small font, but a wide range from CUNYs and SUNYs to Ivy Leagues. And we also, another thing that we are very proud of is now that we have graduated now 11 classes, we now have alumni that work on our staff as well. I know a lot of schools here have been around for a very, very long time, but as we've only been around since 2007, we have multiple alum that work on our teaching staff main office. And so we're really proud of that. Some of our extracurriculars, so we have, these are the PSAL sports that we have, badminton, volleyball, track, cheerleading, and then we also have kickboxing and soccer that are club sports. And our extracurricular activities at the high school level are always evolving because they are based on student and staff interest. And so some of the ones we currently have are newspaper art, dance, crochet club is a really big one. Aspira, the affinity clubs that we said, trivia club, debate team, and many more. And then I know this is for high schools, but because we are a middle and high school, we also partner with NIA for middle school after school programming as well. And then I just have some, snapshots here of student life that I can go through kind of quickly. And very caring and supportive staff. I know some of you showed off some very, very fancy yards. We have had just a kind of sad, pathetic schoolyard for very many years. As I said before, we're co-located with Montauk, which is a middle school, a D20 middle school, and our students and their students worked together last year to create with the Trust for Public Land to create the design for our new schoolyard. It is almost open. This is not the most recent picture of it. But for those of you that live in the neighborhood, this will actually be open to the public outside of school hours as well. So it's something that we're really excited for. And then what you can't see in this picture, kind of in the courtyard, there are also badminton and volleyball courts as well. And like I said, we're an open enrollment school. So our kids come from all over Brooklyn and other boroughs as well. While we are a small all girls and trans and non-binary student population, we are a public school. We're a DOE school, so we go under the same application process as everyone else. And I am going to put in the chat after I stop sharing, just some links to some resources, as well as we're actually we're simultaneously hosting an open house on site at the same time as doing this. And then we're having another open house this weekend. So we would love to welcome people here in person to give you a tour of the building. And I will stop sharing and just drop those things in the chat. And I am happy to answer any questions. Apologies that I am also a little bit of a fast talker.
No problem at all. That was really informative. Just curious, any CEC members have questions for Principal Norman about Urban Assembly? Is the Principal Norman? Oh, yeah. Go. Sorry, who was that? Go ahead.
That was me, Tamara.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tamara.
Hi, Principal Norman. Thank you for being here. I've heard good things about Urban Assembly School, so it's really good to see your presentation.
I'm so happy to be invited.
I had a question, like what is your enrollment numbers for your school? Because I know you said it's a small school from 6 to 12.
Yeah, so we're currently about 500 students. It's fluctuated. We've been up to closer to 600. And then when everyone lost enrollment, we were less than that. So we're 500 and kind of climbing, but so the divide right now is our middle school tends to be smaller than our high school. So we have 175 in the middle school right now and about 325 in the high school.
And can I ask, what is the breakdown between grades? Is it like close to maybe 175, like that?
So I'd say when we were at our largest, our middle school classes were about 75 per grade. So 3 cohorts in each grade of about 25. Now we're smaller than that. We're maybe closer to 60 per grade. And then in the high school, it's closer to 100. So in the 9th grade, for example, might have 100 students, 4 cohorts of 25 students. So while we do keep a lot of our middle schools our middle schoolers into high school, which is something that's great about attending our middle school, is if you attend our middle school and you rank us first for high school, you're automatically guaranteed admission into our high school. But while we have a lot of students that stay, we also get a big influx of new students too, because those high school classes have more cohorts in them.
Okay, this is my last question. Have you had an increase of students coming in this year, like you have? Because I know you said it differs how it decreased. Because a number of our high schools have been had an increase of students for the last couple of years, have you had it as well?
Yeah, our enrollment has been increasing, but honestly, as a small school, it could be even bigger. But I think the thing that other principals have also reflected that can be a really big challenge is that we've had a large increase since the beginning of the year, right? So every day we're getting new students in from enrollment. And so just, you have to kind of make adjustments to shift resources, to shift staffing, especially as students tend to more likely be English language learners. So you just need to make sure that we're programming our students fully. Luckily, we are actually overstaffed technically for English language programming. So we're able to provide every student what they need.
Great. Thank you so much, Principal Norman, for
Yes,
for
thank
being
you guys
here.
so much. I'm going to drop in the
And-
chat just a couple links. Hopefully that works.
Great.
Thank you.
And I just want to say I've had interactions with almost all the principals here tonight, and I know that they all care deeply about education and the work that they do, and really try to make their school the best it can be. And we really appreciate having them here at CEC 20. For the next part of the meeting, I'm pleased to turn things over to our District 75 representative. That would be Sabrina McNamara. Sabrina?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Oh, wow. Louder. Let me. Now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, thank you. I just want to welcome our D75 Deputy Superintendent who's here tonight for our presentation. We really appreciate you coming to address some of our D75 community parents' concerns. And I will turn it over to you for the introductions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for welcoming us into your meeting.
We're very happy to be here. I'm Shelley Kleinberg, one of the deputy superintendents of District 75. We are pleased to have 6 school organizations in District 20 with 13 sites within the District 20 community. And we are here to answer questions that we know have been coming your way related to the provision of related services and some questions about after-school programming within District 75. So I come here with members of our team to be able to give you a bit of an overview of those areas. So we have Helen Kaufman, who is our administrative assistant superintendent, who supports our related service programming, who's here with us, as well as Angela Torres, who is our director of the Office of Related and Contractual Services. We also have Minnie Paulson, who is our executive director of student support and operations, here to speak to you a bit about how after-school programming works in District 75. And we are joined here for support by Nora Moldovar-Eckert, who is our family support coordinator. So I'm going to turn it over to our D75 team to provide you with a little bit of information. And again, thank you for having us with you. So Helen, why don't we start with you? Helen, are you available?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, well, yes, I am in charge of the related services for District 75. At this point, we have 7 types of related services. We have counseling, OT, PT, speech therapy, vision services, hearing services, sign language services, and we, along with our hearing services, we provide audiological services for children. Except for OT and speech, most of our related service people travel around quite a bit. And it's based upon the IEP of all children. And we have one of the other things that we do is we provide professional development. We try to be a collaborative organization as far as related services are concerned. We try to work closely with classroom teachers so that we supply the meat and potatoes of every classroom instructional need. We recognize that instruction in the classroom is primary, and related services are intended to provide the support that is absolutely necessary. We like the team. Our related service people recognize that sometimes what they do is overlap. And so we try to work together to provide not only the service, but the ongoing support and the recognition that a lot of what we do requires time on task. And time on task exists throughout the instructional day and in the home, not necessarily just at the related service period time alone. Forgive me, but I'm home and my dog is barking. Are there any questions for people who would like to ask specifically for related services? Because I do believe that most people do understand what the intent is behind related service.
So Helen, do we want to let Angela give some insight into the contractual end of services as well?
Angela can add to that.
Excellent, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Angela Torres. I'm the director of the Office of Related Contractual Services. Our goal, as Helen said, is always for children to receive their mandated IEP related services. When our school staff is unable to provide those services, again, speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, counseling, hearing, vision, audiological services, what my office does is contract. So the Department of Education has contracts with different agencies. My office will contact these agencies and we will try to get providers from those agencies. When those agencies cannot identify providers, we then issue RSAs. Those RSAs allow families to choose a provider from the packet they are sent. On each RSA, there's also a link. That link is updated twice a month, the 15th and the 30th of every month. Parents can access that link and they can choose a provider of their liking free of cost. It is an ongoing process. I do follow up with agencies. Again, it's a weekly basis, it's a monthly basis. I'm always reaching out to them to see if there are providers. We also, parents constantly call our office. We do contact parents on a one-to-one basis. We are always looking for providers. Just because families have received an RSA does not mean we stop looking. Our goal is always to have your children served the entire year. If your children are owed makeups, we will provide those. So it is something that once we send that RSA, we haven't forgotten about you. Are there any questions?
So maybe if not, we can go ahead and move on to the after-school programming. Minnie Paulson will be able to speak to that. And Minnie, I do see that there is a question in the chat regarding the transportation for after-school services. So if that can be included within your description, that would be great. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Shelley. Hi, everyone. It's nice to be with you this evening. My name is Minnie Paulson. I'm the Executive Director of School Support and Operation for District 75. So this year, every school in District 75 received money for after school. It's up to the principal how they want to use that money. We send a survey out to the schools and encourage them to have an either after school or a Saturday academies. And it's a AAA program. The AAA stands for academics, arts, and athletics. Some schools decide to have a Saturday program. Some people have an after-school program, and some people use the money to have like an end-of-the-year program, celebration, school-wide celebrations. But again, each principal decides what they want to do with that money and how to use that money. And in terms of OPT, we did check with them. Are they able to provide busing at 6 o'clock? And they said they don't have that capability at this time. There's a shortage of drivers, so they're not able to provide that. I see a hand up. I wasn't sure. John? Did you have a question for me?
Sorry, technical difficulties. Dan, that was great, really helpful. We do have some questions. One of our council members, John Riccatone. John, did you have some questions?
Good evening. I just wanted to know, we did a District 20, wrote 2 resolutions, one for the need of ASD and the NEST program, and a need for District 75 seats. As per our resolution, which was voted on October 11th of 2023, we had a shortage of 336 students being accessed out of our district for a District 75 school type setting. As we are happy for the momentum of school seats offered in District 20 for District 75 seats, I would like to know how many seats in the district are still short by programs. We understand that each child in District 75 type setting has a variety of configurations, including 12 1-to-1, 8 to 1-to-1, 6 1-to-1, and SETTS of the programs. Can you please give us the details of which programs are offered in the new schools and how many spots were filled with District 20 children and how many spots were filled out of District 20, so we know how many seats are needed for District 20 and what programs?
So that
Do
is
you understand that we gained 300 seats for District 75?
So that is an information that we would have at our fingertips for this evening. In terms of how many District 20 students are within the new programs that opened this year, that is information that we are happy to get back to you on. We're more than happy to do that. And in terms of the number of students still in need of seats, the Office of Enrollment doesn't fall and placement does not happen under District 75. So it's the Office of Enrollment that handles the placement. So they would be better equipped to be able to speak specifically to students awaiting seats at the present time. But in terms of the number of seats filled by District 20 students, that's information. Minnie will take note of that and we'll make sure that we can send that information back to the council. And I know that you had asked the question, I saw that there was one in the chat as well. You had mentioned something about NEST programs. NEST programs and AIMS programs are specialized programs, and those are programs that are managed by the Dial office through Central Special Education Services. So the autism supports are part of the specialized program office. So they are the programs that manage the provision of new programming for NEST and for AIMS.
I just want to add that Shelley had mentioned that we have 6 schools with 13 sites in District 20. We have a total of 663 students in those 7 schools in that 13 sites at this time.
And many
That was
students, that's not specifically internal District 20 residents.
No,
correct?
these were just
the full
students attending at that, but the Office of Enrollment would be able to provide that information.
Okay. And I just want to reiterate what John was saying. I just want to make sure that it's understood how we're looking at this. We always get these presentations from the Office of District Planning, and it always shows, number of seats and then number of students, and there's always been a shortage in District 20, and those are the students that have to travel far. We just want to make sure that with all these new seats opening up, that all those students traveling, to the best that we can with all the configurations like John talked about, are now being, served in the district. That's what we're after with the data that we're asking about.
Understood. And we're so appreciative of the partnership within District 20 and having the new buildings and the new seats available to our students. And so we know that was a big push with the opening of the programs to offer more seats to local students within District 20. So yes, in terms of the specificity of those numbers, we understand the ask, and we'll follow up with the Office of Enrollment to get that information.
Sabrina, did you have a question?
Yes, I also have some questions. I had 3 questions from parents from the D75 community. One of them was already answered with the after-school programs. But the other one, the biggest one, was the staffing issues. A lot of the schools are having trouble staffing paraprofessionals, especially in addition to related services. And I know the RSA was touched on as well. A lot of parents said, feel that even with the RSAs, they're still having trouble finding a provider from the list. And I guess the question is, what is being done about the staffing issue in the schools?
Well, I spoke to our HR director, Catherine Amirati, and then she told me that there's going to be a hiring hall for the Borough of Brooklyn in December, on December 5th. There's going to be a hiring hall. And so far for District 20, 15 full-time para nominations were made by principals, and there were 69 sub-para nominations for those schools in District 20. That's from September to now.
And then Helen, Angela, in terms of if you could reiterate the ongoing support that we provide to families to help to secure providers for RSAs.
Well, I think it's important to recognize that we are always interviewing, and we are always looking for our related service providers. We have very close relationships with the universities. We have scholarship programs to encourage people to work in this specific field as a career. And we work with our own personnel to recognize whether they have friends or people who are relocating to New York. And we also encourage people to come back to the Department of Education if they move away or if they can make it back to the schools. And we are very, very careful that if people change locations, they move to different places, we can secure them back to either other schools or schools within the district. And we are always there. I know that we were talking about new needs. So we're always looking for financial support. And with that financial support comes the hiring of new people.
Also, to add to what Helen said, beyond DOE employees, contracted agencies, and independent providers, we are also reaching out to our internal DOE staff to see if any of them are interested in working after school hours, to see if any of them want to provide additional support in different people's homes. So that is one extra layer of support that we're working with supervisors of speech, OT, and PT to see if DOE providers want to provide after-school support to different children, and we're trying to match children with those providers. So that's something we've been working on. I actually, this week alone, I have been successful in matching all across the city. Again, if any family's interested in calling my office, I can put my office number in the chat. And they can feel free to call my office and we can help any family that has received an RSA.
Thank you for that. I do have one last question from a few parents, and it's regarding remote learning. The question has there been any data collected so far to show whether remote learning has been effective or ineffective for our children?
So as we, when there was the necessity for remote learning, of course, we did have students, many students that were learning as such. We do still have various provisions for the medically necessary instruction for the students that are receiving home instructional services, some in person and some remote. And it's really based on what the individual needs and accessibility are of the student. So it's really something that's very customized, that's student by student, to look at what provisions will match what those specific needs are, to be able to best make sure that they have the joint attention and the ability to have the hands-on practice that they need for the provisions of their instructional programming. So it's really very case by case. We wouldn't be able to say overall in any way, shape, or form. It's really student by student in terms of what works best for individuals.
Right. Understood. That's all I have. Thank you. We appreciate your time and answering the questions.
Thank you again for having us.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here and putting faces to names and sort of learning our context. Thank you, Sabrina, our new District 75 rep, for setting this up. Have a good night, everyone.
The same to you. Thank you all.
Thank you. We'll now go to our District 20 Superintendent, Dr. David Preto, for his monthly report. Dr. Preto.
Happy World Kindness Day to everybody. Appreciate Principal Kapitanakis for recognizing this and appreciate the recognition. I also want to just recognize this is Native American Heritage Month. So this month, District 20, as well as New York City Public Schools, will engage students and school communities in activities, trips, lessons, projects, and other events to celebrate and educate on Native American history and culture. New Chancellor Melissa Aviles Ramos recently recognized
Italian Heritage Month and hosted a celebration at Tweed Courthouse last month, recognizing the contributions of Italian Americans in the community, New York City, and to education. and highlighted District 20 and specifically PS 112 for the community spotlight component. PS 112 students from the Italian dual language program, Principal Jen Potter and her team presented, and also included a dance of the Tarantella. I'm also happy to report that today we welcomed Chancellor Vilas Ramos to District 20, and a big thank you to Principal Tony Wu, the PS 170 community, and Principal Dana Parentini and the PS 506 community for supporting the welcoming of Chancellor Vilas Ramos to District 20. Just a quick shout out to the student winners of the PSIS 104 Readathon, which was promoted by Principal Sue Gordon and the 104 PTA. And the students who won the readathon successfully dunked both myself and Principal Gordon as their prize for winning the reading contest. There was some talk about the machines being rigged. The balls hit the things a couple times, but we did go in. And finally, I want to thank all the families who attended last month's Family Support Monday. The topic was on admissions. We touched mainly on middle school, but there were a lot of questions about high school, and then also kindergarten admissions, which is going to be a topic that we will follow up in later on in the winter, closer to the launch of the kindergarten admissions process. This month, Family Support Monday, which is a monthly meeting that we're hosting that was started by Sylvia Jasinski, the best family support coordinator in New York City, and Lauren Tacconi, our district social worker. This month, we're hosting a topic on bullying, which has been a topic that has gone around District 20 for the last couple of years. We have been able to invite a facilitator from the Office of Safety and Youth Development who will join us and facilitate a conversation around bullying supports for parents. My office will send a reminder email to the district with the link to the Zoom meeting closer to the date, but it is this coming Monday, and we hope that families can make it. And that's my report for the evening.
Great. Thank you so much, Superintendent. Superintendent Preto. Great, thank you. I'm not going to have anything for CEC President report. Let's get right to our second public speaking session. Just a quick, I'll walk through the speaking guidelines. If you'd like to speak, you can use the form. The link should be in the chat. It's also on our website. There's also a sign-up sheet for in-person speakers. We do 3 minutes per speaker. And we'll just see if there's anyone, no speakers in either place. Great. Okay, we have no public speakers, so we are doing well on time here. Did you want to speak, Donovan?
Yeah, I just didn't know, like, sometimes they separate elected from public, so that's why.
You can speak, yeah. We got no one else, it's all you.
Awesome. So Donovan with the Brooklyn Borough President's Office. I'm happy to be here in person. Obviously, I go to all CEC meetings. That's why you do not see me every month, but always impressed by CEC 20 and the questions that you ask and how thoughtful you are in your questions, specifically around District 75. We've been having internal conversations around workforce development for our students also within District 75. So just know that we are doing work, and hopefully we have some things to come back to you guys and share in the next couple of months. But really quickly, just everyone should be thinking about RESOA funding. RESOA funding, it's never too early. Shout out to you, Stephen, for always making sure that you send over your SCA priorities. That is super important that the borough president also has it. I just want to flag again, I know that we're kind of doing some celebrations around funding with so your local council members. But again, we not only ask folks to ensure that they're starting to engage with our office early, but they also engage with their local council member on that. Both asks should go to both the borough president as well as council member. I also want to just say, and Antonio, the Brooklyn Borough President, whenever he's around, he's always saying we can do what we can for individual small schools, but something for the CEC as well as the superintendent to think about Recently, we were able to announce a complete investment, for example, with District 16, which is the smallest school district for the entire city. I just want to acknowledge that, but also to upgrade technology for all schools, right? So thinking more district-wide initiatives. Where's there a gap? Let's just say if every school in the district has adequate, technology for state testing, but there's like one or two schools, how can we kind of close that gap? Thinking a little bit more district-wide is what the borough president would like to really start tailoring his investments to. We're currently having conversations with District 17 in their technology, District 19 with their hydroponics labs. I want to have that District 20 something. So Superintendent Preto, we can always talk offline. And in particular, I know this district has done a lot with Civics for All. Would love to see some more Reso A specific to that. But engage with our office early. I come out and do walkthroughs with school principals, with CBOs, whomever. That doesn't have to go through a big formal process. The CEC or your appointees, anyone can reach out to me and I can go to a school as soon as next week and start doing walkthroughs and talking through that, and also just hearing and sharing best practices for other schools and what they're doing. So again, I just want to be here to talk about Reso A. If folks have general questions, and again, the timeline is fairly the same. I don't have the dates, but we always typically open our application beginning of January and it closes mid-February. So that's another factor. Principals or whomever submits the form needs to fill out hours. Council has a different window of time, but they should always fill out for both and communicate with the council members, because the borough president relies on our local electeds to really kind of gear us towards where we can invest. We'll split costs, we'll share. He can cover some, council members can cover some. And so we're super flexible. So that's really all I wanted to come here and share tonight. Yes. Yes, I'll make sure you guys have my card. But again, Donovan Swanson, Donovan.Swanson@BrooklynBP. So, yeah, I'm very easy, and email is best, but I'll make sure I leave a card as well with you. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. All right, let's proceed with the meeting agenda, the 3 voting items. First up is vote on new CEC member. Just some quick comments. We had a lot of really excellent candidates. And speaking for myself, this decision has been really difficult. Unfortunately, there's only one available seat. I encourage everyone who applied for this seat to please apply in the general election next spring, when there will be 9 seats open. Tonight, we're just going to vote on a candidate from the 10 who applied. Many of the candidates were interviewed on 2 special meetings we had. And what I think I'll do is I'll just share the list of names. Yeah, can I share my screen? I'll just,
you can share it regularly.
Yeah. I'm just going to share the list of names just so we have those all front and sort of top of mind for us as we think about this and vote. Is that shared on the? Okay, awesome. So CEC members, the process where I've outlined it to you all in an email, and it's when we do come to take a vote, we'll each say the name of the candidate that you want to vote for. It takes 7 to approve the individual. If we don't get 7 for one individual, at that point, we can decide either to do another vote, or we could decide to postpone the vote. That's up for discussion. So I guess just, commentary on it's really kind of up to CEC members. If anyone feels like they want to share any thoughts, they can do it now. You can also share your thoughts when you make your vote, why you did it. You can also just vote, just say the name with no comments at all. It's totally up to you. So everything understood? All makes sense? Cool. Anyone want to talk sort of general comments, or should we move to a vote? So there's a motion to take a vote. Is there a second? Second. Okay. I will now take a roll call, or I will now take the vote for CEC member. And I'm just going to go back and forth. So I will start with myself, Steve Stowe. I am Alina Lewis. John Riccatone, how do you vote?
Kenley.
Elizabeth Chan,
I liked everybody, but I will vote for, give my vote to Sophia Lee.
Meifang Chen, and Meifang, if you need to recall the names, they're on the, yeah, there should be shared on the screen if you. Say that again. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Did my screen come off? No, that's still being shared. This is not being shared,
That's
right?
not being shared.
Okay. Wenming Chen? Yan Ching, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I vote for Sophia Lee.
Great, thank you.
Can I just say I can't
Fabiola?
hear some of what is being said for the people in the room after you went, Steve. So like I didn't hear Elizabeth or like who they named as their candidate. I didn't hear that.
Okay, Kevin, what do you recommend we do?
I'll unmute them when it comes to, I'll mute down there.
Okay, and we can take our time doing it. Tamara, did you want me to repeat any of the votes up till now?
I heard yours and Wing Ming, but I don't think I heard anybody else's.
Okay, I'll give you a rundown here. So John voted for Ken Lee. Elizabeth voted for Sophia Lee. Meifang voted for Nenying Shi. Wenming voted for Alina Lewis. Yanqing voted for Sophia Lee.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Fabiola. Yep, Fabiola. Fabiola, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes.
Who
Sarah.
would you like to vote for?
Sarah.
Yep, got it. Sarah. I believe it was Sarah Cooley, right? Okay. Sabrina?
It was tough. We had a lot of good candidates. I am also going with Sarah Cooley.
Maya Rosenblatt?
Alina Lewis.
Tamara?
I'm sorry, who did Maya vote for? I couldn't hear her either.
Alina
Okay.
Lewis.
All right. I actually it was kind of hard to choose. I actually voted for Sarah.
Okay. And Kevin? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so not entirely surprising. So we have, I'm just going to read out the results here. We have Alina Lewis has 3 votes. Ken Lee has 1 vote. Sophia Lee has 2 votes. Nenying Shi has 2 votes. Sarah Cooley has 3 votes. And I believe I got everyone there. Yep, that's 11 votes. Okay, we can really take this any way we want, CEC members. That could involve discussion now. We could do a vote on another day. We could postpone to the December meeting. We could also have a special meeting just for the vote in let's say a week's time. I think it's reflected here, the quality of candidates we got, and there's a lot of really strong ones. And we could also call another vote now if anyone is so inclined. And sometimes the voting changes. You don't have to change your vote. Sometimes it does. We could do any of that. Does anyone want to sort of explain sort of why they voted for the candidate? Oh, hey, yeah, Fabiola, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I think, and this is my personal opinion, the members don't need to agree with me. I think we needed time to learn about the candidates. I think we should move the vote for next month, because a lot of the members, this is shocking to me. I believe the first time we didn't have the chance to have translators, and that's a big issue. As you all know, I'm a big advocate for language access, and I think a lot of our candidates in the first round did really great in English, but I'm pretty sure they will be able to communicate better in their own language. So I think we need to learn more about the candidates. This is not an easy job, I understand, but I think it'll be best. Again, this is my own opinion, if we move the vote for next month.
Thanks, Fabiola. Understood.
Can I say something?
Yep. Go ahead, Maya. Then I see Kevin as well. So go ahead, Maya.
I just want to say that District 20 is the biggest district in New York City, and it's very diverse, and we've seen a lot of things going on here. So I think it's a very important spot, and I'm really glad from the interviews we had great people, and I really want everyone to come back when there's going to be a new term. Why I picked Alina? So my son went to Brooklyn School of Inquiry, and I'm a representative. I'm a connector to Brooklyn School of Inquiry, and I've seen Alina moving a lot of, like, I've seen her dealing with issues. I've seen her advocating for the school. She was really strong, and the issue that was on the table was dealing with new curriculum that was, no offense, Dr. Prato, school objected new curriculum. It was not fitting the ideology of school, and Alina was able to defend it, and it was very strong push to have this curriculum for everyone. But this particular school was able to stand up, and thank to Alina. And she also is heading a very diverse, very vocal body of parents in that school, and it was very well known for conflicts within the parents many moons ago. There's a lot of drama, and Alina was able to navigate it. She has like very crisp and clean slate there. So it was just, she has, running her own little United Nations there. Trust me, the school is very tricky. So, been inside her in the school, seen it. So I think she has what it gets to be in this CEC and push it forward.
Great. Thanks, Maya.
It's a very difficult decision. And on the other hand, I'm very glad that we have so many good quality candidates this time. I remember when I first time joined it, we don't have many candidates. And now we have many, not just many candidates, but many good candidates. And so I really hope everybody can come back for the spring election to be a candidate there. And the last point is, I agree with Fabiola. I think we should postpone the vote, but I don't want to postpone. I don't know if we should postpone it all the way to December. Maybe we should have a special meeting. In between, we can study more about the candidates. Yep. Thank you.
Anyone else want to comment or anything?
Oh, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
I feel like we should vote today, because it's very hard to get people in person to vote, to have, deciding vote. And I feel like there's so many candidates. Maybe we should pick the top people that has the most number of votes, and pick them from this. Like, they'll be the contenders, because we already voted. So the next time, because it's gonna just take forever if we keep doing that.
So let's do this right now. Let's have a vote on either we do Elizabeth's idea, and I'm sensitive to both arguments. They make sense. What's been said, both arguments. Let's just decide. Let's take a vote right now on, do we do this? Do we figure out something and take a vote more votes now? Or do we just postpone it? And then if we decide to postpone it, we can discuss, does it go to December meeting or does it go to a special meeting? We'll cross that bridge at that point. So is there a motion to decide on whether we postpone the vote or not? Motion second? Second? Anyway, thank you, Maya. So we're voting on just whether or not to postpone the vote or to continue discussing here tonight and voting here tonight. So let me just make some notes here. So on the motion to postpone the vote, I think we should take at least one more vote, so do a little more discussion here tonight. So I will say no on the motion to postpone. John, how do you vote?
Do it today.
Okay, so John is a no as well. Elizabeth?
No.
Okay. Mei Fang, you want to postpone the vote or continue talking and voting today? If you want to postpone, you say it's a yes. If you want to continue, no. Okay, so that's yes to postpone the vote. Do it another day, right? Got it. Thank you, Mei Fang. Wen Mei.
Continue.
Thank you. Thank you, Wen Mei. Yan Cheng, did you hear everything I said?
Yes, I want to be postponed.
You said postpone, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, Yan Cheng. Fabiola,
Postpone.
thank you. Sabrina?
I see both sides.
Okay, thank you, Sabrina. Maya?
Vote today.
Vote today. Okay, so that's no. Tamara?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you guys. I say we postpone.
Okay, thanks, Tamara. And then Kevin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 6 yeses to postpone. Don't anyone go anywhere. We're not done. And 5 no's. So in that sense, the motion fails. So we're still here. Huh? Yeah, I'm open to any motions. President can't make motions, but I will encourage, I really like some of the comments that were made. If anyone else wants to talk about their candidates. You know, I echo some of the sentiments that were said, a lot of excellent candidates. I really wrestled with it quite a lot. But I think Alina would be a strong addition. She brings a lot of energy and a lot of knowledge of the school system. I don't say that I agree with her on everything, but I think that's okay. And she can, I believe she can work with me and work with others, even if she doesn't agree with them necessarily on everything. So that's what kind of drove my decision. Anyone else want to comment on the candidates, or anyone else want to make more of another motion to vote or not to vote?
I just wanted to add that, you know, if we postpone and there's a holidays and, you know, I just feel like we're going to be dragging it forever instead of having a person who's willing to come and start doing things. And we have a lot of things going on and even more coming forward to us and you know, have energetic, you know, capable person to start working. Instead, we're going to postpone for another month and God knows holidays and whatnot. So I just feel like if we drag it forward, it's gonna
The seat's gonna be empty for a while.
Yeah, and you know we have.
But also with my
One
ideal
second,
people.
Elizabeth. Fabiola had her hand up first, but we'll get you after. I'll get you right after. Fabiola, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, and with, you know, all due respect, Maya, you mentioned that this district, District 20, is.
Hold on. Fabiola, can you start again? We were getting a lot of noise here.
Yes. I just, with all due respect.
Sorry,
my-
Fabiola, one moment. Kevin's just adjusting some things. Go ahead, Fabiola.
Yeah, as Maya mentioned before, our District 20 is diverse. So I think it'll be great if we postpone the vote. We're not asking the 6 people who vote yes to postpone the meeting and the vote. We say next month. We need to learn more about the candidates. We can just jump in and do everything tonight.
Wait, Steve, but we can't add any more
Yeah,
from the people that we already interviewed already.
No, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, I agree with you. I think we should, just vote on the top ones, and then next month we don't have to go through, the whole thing, again. And yeah, but definitely we need to learn more about the top ones. I just want to make sure that this is fair to everyone, especially in District 20. And you've been there longer than myself, and you know that this job is not easy.
Yeah, Fabiola, I just want to make sure I understand. Sorry, it's just a little hard sometimes to hear the people online. So you're recommending postponing it to the calendar meeting in December. Is that correct?
If the members agree, again, we can also call for a special meeting
Yeah, correct. Okay.
before the holidays.
Got it. Just so maybe it's best if we start talking some specifics, because that might help move the process along. Fabiola, like, what might be a day for a special meeting? We're not setting it, we're not voting on it now, but I'm just kind of asking, as we know, Thanksgiving is coming up the week of the 25th. So really that pretty much leaves, I think, either next week or then we've got the first week of December, and then it's our calendar meeting on the 11th. Fabiola, would you be talking about a meeting the next week in November, in theory?
We can do that. We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But again, it's, this is a collective.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who can make decisions here. And we also want to hear from my council members. What do they think?
Yep, I'm just following up. I just want to get more of the ideas fleshed out so we can maybe move the process along. Sorry. Okay, we had a bunch of questions. I'll get to you, John. Elizabeth, you were starting to say something.
Oh, no. So if we're going to do the election, are you going to do the ideal where we just keep the people that had votes today and the rest of them we have to?
We can
take them
do
off?
whatever we want. We can set our process for this.
Yeah. Because only 5 people got votes. So we just keep those 5, or we just keep the top votes?
If we make a
only
motion,
vote for the 2 top votes, which will be Sarah and Alina.
we can do whatever we want.
Okay, well, just to speed up the process, schedule it half of, because there's 10. So 5 of them didn't get voted. So could we take them off the ballot?
You can make a motion. Yeah.
All right.
You can make a motion to do exactly that, and then we can vote on it.
So I'll make a motion to vote on taking the 5 people that didn't have any votes off the ballot to streamline the voting.
Okay. Is there, okay. Let me say, okay, so all in favor of Elizabeth's idea, I say yes. John?
Yes.
Thank you. Elizabeth?
Yes.
Mei Fang? Yes. Wen Ming? Yes. Yanqing?
Yes.
Fabiola?
Yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Maya?
Yes.
Tamara?
Could you repeat the question? Because you guys are going in and out. Sorry.
Sure. The motion is to remove, for our next vote, whenever that happens, we're going to remove the 5 candidates who didn't receive any votes tonight. And we will just be considering the 5 candidates who received votes tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks. Kevin? Great. Okay. You wanted to say something, John?
Oh, so they already interviewed for candidates, so I don't know how much more can you find out? What are you gonna do, Facebook or Google? I mean, I don't understand.
Right. In general, I'm not a fan of bringing people back for more. I'm trying to. I don't believe we've ever done that. So yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I don't mind having more time for people to. I understand the argument to like think more about it and whatnot, but I also, as I voted no on the postponing, I'm ready to do it here and now.
Can we do a motion to vote on the 5 candidates right now?
We can.
Okay.
It's your seat. Go ahead, propose it. Motion to vote, John?
Motion.
Are you making a motion? Is there a second?
Is there a second?
Second.
Great. Okay. So we will now do another vote, just limited to these 5 candidates. All right. So Steve Stowe, I'll vote for Alina. John?
Alina.
Elizabeth?
Oh. Alina.
Meifang? Yeah, you bet. Wenming? Yenqing?
Alina.
Fabiola? Fabiola, can you hear me? We'll come back to Fabiola. Sabrina? You bet. Maya?
Alina?
Tamara?
Sarah.
Okay. Kevin? That's correct. And Fabiola, if you'd just like to have your vote, Fabiola, I don't know if you can hear me. If you just want your vote for the record. Okay, didn't hear. So Alina Lewis has got 7 votes. So congratulations, Alina. And thank you, members, for being patient with the process. Okay.
Tamara has her hand up and Fabiola maybe as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Tamara and Fabiola, did you guys want to say something? Tamara, I think you were first.
No, I think Fabiola was first because when I raised my hand, somebody else's hand was up. I think it was her.
Yeah. Either one of you, go ahead. Fabiola, did you want to say something? Tamara, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say that I had to agree with what Fabiola said earlier because I didn't appreciate that when majority of the candidates were here the first time, there wasn't translations. And we know that we have a lot of families in our district that English is not their first language. And I did not think that as a CEC, we well represented our families because there were a number of candidates that I felt if they were able to really answer the questions in their native language, they would have been able to get a more concise answer. And I think that process was unfair to them. So I think that this vote isn't right because it wasn't fair to them at all. And I just think that the fact that you had translators for the second meeting, and that meeting was only for the people that weren't able to make it to the first meeting, and then there was a lot of people that had connectivity issues, even for the second, and even in the first. We had a lot of people that were coming in and out of the meeting because they couldn't connect accordingly. And I think that that is unfair. And as a CEC, the first name in our council says community. And we need to be and continue to make sure that we represent everybody in our community, whether they speak English or not. And the fact that there was no translators at that first meeting was a disservice to our community. And our community was not well represented for that first meeting. And it was unfair that there was translators for the second, but there wasn't for the first. Okay, because if they could show up for our meeting and they could show up for the second, they should have been present at the first. And that was unfair. And the fact that we're doing this vote and not giving those same people the chance, I think this is unfair. And I continue to stand by the person that I picked because she was clear with her answers, because a lot of the representatives and candidates that were speaking, you could see them struggling to answer the question and understand. And I just think that wasn't fair at all. And we're doing them a disservice completely. And I'm really disappointed in us right now.
Okay.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
So that should have been brought up on that day when they didn't have services. If anybody had an issue with that gripe, they should have went online and said, let's discontinue this meeting until we have services. That should have been brought up that time.
Let's keep moving on with tonight's agenda, guys. Thank you both. Thank you everyone again for the votes. Next item up for vote is vote on recording secretary. The officer position has been open. We're going to try and take another vote on this here tonight. As you guys might remember, anyone can nominate themselves, or you can nominate someone else to serve as recording secretary. And once we have the nominations, we will take a vote. And I'm going to start by nominating Kevin Zhao for recording secretary. Are there any other nominations? Okay, is there a motion to vote on recording secretary?
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay, so I will now take a vote. We're voting for recording secretary. The only nominee is Kevin. So I'll ask each of you and you can just make your vote. So Steve, I vote for Kevin. John?
Kevin.
Thank you. Elizabeth?
Kevin.
Mei Fong? Wen Ming? Yan Qing?
Yes, I'm sorry.
How do you vote, Yan Qing?
I voted for Kevin.
For the recording secretary? Oh, yeah, sorry, got you. Thank you. Closed captioning saved me. Fabiola? Fabiola, how do you vote on the recording secretary? Kevin is the nominee.
Can you guys hear me
Back.
now?
We can
you
now,
guys hear me
Fabiola,
now?
yes.
I
Yes.
apologize. My phone froze. For recording secretary, yes. I'll
Thank you.
support Kevin.
Great, thanks. Sabrina? Maya?
Kevin?
Thank you. Tamara?
Abstain.
Yeah. And Kevin? Thank you. So 10 votes for Kevin, 1 abstention. So Kevin is the new recording secretary. And then our final voting item tonight is the resolution on the specialized high school admission test. And I'm just going to introduce this resolution. Is it easiest if I share?
Because you're going to edit, right?
There is a change that I just want to do. So I can share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this resolution, there's a lot of this resolution that relates to why I got involved in CEC work years ago. The former mayoral administration was trying to eliminate the SHSAT. I know that the model of education offered by the specialized high schools is highly sought after in District 20. Close to 2,000 of our 8th grade students take the SHSAT every year. That's about half of our 8th grade students. The demand is obviously there, and I'm committed to supporting the program. I wanted to write this resolution this week because the Panel for Educational Policy, that's the citywide body that oversees education, has a vote coming up next week to renew the multi-year contract with Pearson for administering the SHSAT. I want to pass, I wanted this resolution to affirm for the PEP the value that the specialized high schools have for so many District 20 parents and for students who are suited to that particular learning model, which, by the way, I tell everyone was neither of my kids. This is not about me. The DOE conducted an RFP process. They chose Pearson for the contract. Full details are on the PEP webpage. The contract itself is for 5 testing cycles, a little more than 5 years. It's $17 million over 5 years, so that's $3.4 million a year. There's 26,000 students that take the test, so that's about $130 per student to administer the test, versus the DOE budget of $40 billion. The specialized high schools enroll 16,000 students. It's a very affordable, when you look at the cost, affordable program with very strong demand from families. So in conclusion, this resolution asks the PEP to approve the contract with Pearson. It will come up at a vote next week at the PEP meeting. I obviously believe our families in District 20 will continue to benefit from the specialized high schools. And I'd like to ask all of you to vote yes on this resolution so that we can send our support to the Panel for Educational Policy in their vote. Before I go to comments from members, and I will, all of you, there's one amendment I want to propose in the meeting, and so we'll at least have a vote on that as well as the overall resolution. Kevin, can you scroll down just a little? It's on me, right? So we did hear the one big change about the SHSAT starting next year is that it will be computer-based, and that's a switch from the traditional paper-based test. And we know that that's difficult for some families. Unfortunately, the DOE has gone ahead and the RFP asks for a computer-based test. At this point in the cycle, it's we're going to have to go with a computer-based test. It looks like the way that the SAT is now computer-based and a number of other standardized tests are computer-based. But I did want to add two lines in here. One is a whereas, and the other is another ask of the DOE. Many parents have begun preparing for the SHSAT next year using traditional preparation methods, thinking it's a paper-based test. We just want to acknowledge that, and we want to also make sure that the DOE put in our request that Pearson provides review materials for next fall's test that are reflect the new content and style of the computer-based test. So that's an amendment I want to make in the resolution in the meeting. And why don't we go ahead and vote on that amendment right now, so we just complete the draft of the resolution, and then we can get member comments. So is there a motion to make this amendment shown on the screen to the resolution?
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Maya. And I'm just going to give me 1 second to get my vote up here.
Can I ask you a quick question?
You may, Elizabeth.
With the H. Calandra Act, right? The second whereas, as
Yep.
per
Yep.
that act if you modify it, it'll be like you can't vote on that or something? Like,
You can vote, you can propose anything and modify.
like,
Elizabeth, if you don't mind, let's do the, think about what you want to say, because the motion on the floor is to just add the amendment I was talking about, but
Okay.
come back. We'll come back to you. So the motion is to just add the amendment I was discussing. I will take a roll call vote to add that amendment to the resolution. Steve Stowe, yes. John?
Yes.
Elizabeth?
yes.
Mei Fan? Wenming? Yan Qing?
Yes.
Fabiola? Hey, Fabiola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. And sorry, your vote is,
Yes.
thank you. Sabrina? Maya?
Yes.
Tamara?
What are we voting on again?
This is just for the amendment, just to add the language about making sure that the DOE provides with Pearson, it provides appropriate materials to prepare for a computer-based test versus the paper-based test that kids have been using up till now. We just want to add that language to the resolution.
Yeah.
Thank you. Kevin? Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, Elizabeth, did you want to say something? And I'll share the screen. I'll share my screen again just to have it up on.
Could we amend it by saying that, like, there will be a certain percentage that the schools have, like, a say in? Like a 10% that's, like, instead of saying solely and exclusively by taking a competitive, objective, and scholastic achievement exam, like 10%, or you can add that line?
So the law is written,
Okay.
it's a state law, yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yep. So any CEC members want to comment on the resolution? Or again, like I said before, with everything we do, we can comment or we can at any point move to a vote on it as well.
Could we comment while we taking the vote?
Sure can.
Okay.
Is there a motion to vote?
Motion.
Great. Kevin, thank you. I will take roll call attendance. The motion is to approve Resolution 2, ask the PEP to approve the SHSAT Specialized High School Admission Test contract with Pearson. Steve Stowe, I vote yes. John?
Yes.
Elizabeth?
Okay, so for me, I'm saying, for this issue, because it's such a hot-blooded issue, like, no matter where you stand for taking the test, like, the student's supposed to come first. So I say yes for this because some students really care academically, like, to the achievement for the high school. And like my son couldn't get into basketball. He feels like basketball is his life. So for people for kids that take and want to go to a specialized school, we should have options, and we should have, like, as a CEC member and as people, we should put the students first. And if some students want to be in a specialized high school, then we should give them the opportunity and a pathway to be part of the specialized high school and not stop it. Thanks. And I vote yes.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Mei Fan? Wenming? Yan Qing?
Yes.
Thank you. Fabiola?
Yes.
Thanks, Fabiola. Sabrina?
Yes.
Maya?
Yes, just want to add that the stoppage of SHSAT and merit-based schools like specialized high schools would devastate our district because several communities are relying on this test and relying on the schools. It will be devastating if it stops. Yes.
Thank you. Tamara? Tamara, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear me?
We can't hear you very well, Tamara.
Can you hear
online issue.
Hold on, Kevin's trying to fix it. Any idea why?
It's our end.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I vote no.
Okay. And Kevin. Thank you. So the resolution is approved. 10 votes yes, 1 vote no. That brings us to the end of our CEC 20 November calendar. Oh, should we approve the minutes from last? Let's approve the minutes from last month's calendar meeting. So everyone, please review the minutes from last October's calendar meeting. Great. Are there any changes to the calendar meeting minutes from October? Okay, hearing none, the minutes are
Yes.
approved.
Sorry,
Oh.
I couldn't unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Tamara. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. In my report, I put the funding. I didn't put it's now open. I said it will be open in January. The same thing that Donovan said. I said it's not open through the Borough President's office right now. How the applications will be open in January.
Got it. Thanks, Tamara. Any other changes to the minutes? Okay. Minutes are approved. Is there a motion to adjourn the calendar meeting?
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the November calendar meeting is adjourned. We will, does anyone need a break or